Welcome. My name's Kelly. I'll be your yoga teacher for this session. Before starting any physical practice, it's highly recommended that you consult with your doctor. And yes, yoga is a physical practice. In addition, today's session is meant for those who have an established yoga practice. With that being said, find a comfortable seat, either cross-legged or on your shins, sitting on a pillow, on a block, on a mat, or even on a rug. With your eyes closed, begin to tune into the physical sensation of your breath. Being aware of your inhalations and of your exhalations. Potentially noticing the rise as you breathe in and the fall of your chest as you breathe out. Become aware of where you feel your breath most strongly. In your belly, in your chest, in your back body. Not judging, just knowing where you're beginning today's session. Over the next few rounds of breath, if it feels appropriate, try to find an equal length in your inhales and on your exhales. Watching your breath as you breathe in from your nostrils all the way down into your belly, and watching it as you exhale, coming from the belly all the way out through your nostrils. As you continue to visualize this, use your inhale to get longer through the spine, bringing the crown of your head a little bit closer toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, ground your sitting bones into the mat. Do that a few more times, using that length to find space in your body and your exhalations to release. To begin today's practice, we'll start with 3 rounds of deep breath. So we'll inhale deeply together, and we'll exhale and we'll release it all through the mouth. Make as much noise as you want. On your breath in, inhale deeply. Exhale, sigh it out. Full breath in, breathing into the lungs. Exhale, let it go. Last time like this, breathing all the way in and sigh it out. Return your breath to a more steady and normal, breathing in and breathing out through the nose. And then as you're ready, bring your eyes back to open. Take a moment to take in your surroundings. And then as you're ready, slowly making your way to all fours, bringing your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Take a moment to find your tabletop position. So that means a nice neutral spine, so it's not rounded or arched. The belly button is in toward the spine here. The back of your neck is nice and long, bringing your gaze a little bit in front of your fingertips. The tops of the feet are heavy into the mat. We'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, arch the spine, drop the belly, bring the gaze up and forward. As you exhale, push into the hands, really round into the upper back. Continue like this, using your breath as the catalyst for the movement. So inhaling, finding that arch, dropping the belly. As you exhale, push away, really rounding through the back, letting the tailbone go. Take another round like this, following your own breath. And after your full exhale, meeting back in your tabletop position. Nice neutral spine. On your breath in, Send your right leg long behind you, tucking all 5 toes, even the pinky toe here. Strong right leg, muscles to the bone. Right heel toward the back of your space, stepping your left foot to meet it in a plank pose. Once you arrive, really keep that nice full breath that we found at the beginning of practice. Think belly button in again, crown of the head moving toward the front of the room as your heels move toward the back of the room. Strong legs here. Take one more breath like this. Exhale, try not to move your hands or your feet. Push back, downward facing dog. On this first down dog, have the freedom to take any movement that's calling you. That's going to mean something different for each of us, but ideas of pedaling through the feet, shaking the head out, even finding hip circles here. Watch your body and see what you need most. Giving yourself the freedom to find that movement. On your next breath, begin slowing down that movement and really ground into all 10 fingers here. Ground into your legs, having them be nice and strong here. Take one more breath like this. And as you're ready, make your way to plank pose. Strong plank here. As you exhale, either bring your knees down first or come down in one long straight line, sending your elbows straight back, chest and hips meet at the same time on the mat. Once you arrive, untuck your toes. Let the tops of your feet be heavy. For this first cobra pose, keep your hands where they are underneath your shoulders. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. Inhale into your cobra pose. Nice and heavy through the tops of the feet. Maybe even look left and right here. Coming back through center, use your hands to come all the way down to the mat. Once you arrive, tuck your toes, engage your legs so much that your knees come off the mat, belly button into the spine, pushing through all fours or plank, meeting in downward facing dog. On your breath in, sweep your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your right knee in towards your nose, squeeze it in. Exhale, re-extend. Step your right foot all the way between your hands, low lunge. Take a moment in your low lunge, right hip back, left hip forward. Keep your left hand on the mat, or you can always use a block here. And inhale your right arm up into the sky for a twist. Push into your left hand. Take one more breath here. Exhale, place your right hand all the way back down on the mat. Low lunge. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your left knee in towards your nose. Squeeze it in. Re-extend your left leg long behind you. Step your left foot all the way between your hands. Low lunge on this side, left hip back, right hip forward. Keep your right hand on the mat or use a block here. Inhale your left arm up into the sky. Take a full breath in here, getting your spine nice and long. Right heel strong toward the back of the space. Exhale, place your left hand down. Step back, downward facing dog. Pause here for a moment. When you're ready, take as many steps as you need to keep your legs straight as you walk your feet towards your hands to find Uttanasana, forward fold at the front of the mat. Once you arrive, if you need to bend the knees, feel free to do that. On your breath in, send both hands to your shins, finding a flat back. Place both hands on your hips, squeeze your elbows back and down to come all the way up to rise. Once you're vertical, release your hands so they're long by your sides. Heel toe your big toes so they're touching, a little bit of space between the heels. Strong legs here. Lift the chest. Tadasana. On your breath in, sweep your arms long by your ears. Make space as you exhale and dive over your straight legs. Fingertips to the mat. Look a little forward as you step your right leg long behind you, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your breath in, pull forward into your plank pose. Exhale, releasing all the way down to the mat in one long line. Once you arrive on the mat, untuck the toes, bring your hands a little forward and wide. Inhale into your cobra pose. Exhale, come all the way back down to the mat. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. On your breath in, send your right leg long behind you. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Left hand on the mat, inhale your right arm up into the sky for a twist. Exhale, replant your right hand, step forward, Uttanasana. On your breath in, send your arms out and up to rise. As you exhale, release all the way back over your legs. Fingertips to the mat. Step your left leg long behind you, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your breath in, pull forward into your plank. Exhale, elbows straight back, lowering all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes, place your hands a little forward and wide. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, release all the way back down to the mat, tucking your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, send your left leg long behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. From here, inhale your left arm up into the sky for a twist. Exhale, place your left hand down, step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. On your breath in, send your arms out and up to rise, getting nice and tall. Exhale, lift the belly, dive over your straight legs, Uttanasana. Fingertips to the mat. Step your right leg long behind you, low lunge. Exhale, plank pose this time. Full breath in. As you exhale, make a decision, either halfway down, chaturanga, pausing, or all the way. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your big toes to touch. Walk your feet in 1 to 2 inches. Bend your knees. Hop or step to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine long. Exhale and fold. Ground down through your feet. Come all the way up to rise. Exhale, release all the way back over your legs. Fingertips to the mat. Step your left leg into your low lunge. Stepping back, plank pose. Full breath in. As you exhale, elbows straight back, chaturanga or lowering. Inhale, upward facing, knees off the mat, push into the hands and the top of the feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your breath in, walk your big toes to touch. Walk your feet in 1 to 2 inches. Bend your knees, hop or step to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and release. On your breath in, send your arms all the way out and up. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Close your eyes. Take a moment here. Notice how your breath feels. Feel the rhythm of your heart in your chest. One more breath like this. Exhale, float your eyes open. Release your arms long by your side. Tadasana. Take a breath here. As you inhale, sweep your arms out and up into the skies. Bend your knees, sit your hips back, Utkatasana, chair pose. In your chair pose, think chest lifted, belly button in, hips back in space. One more breath like this. Exhale, release all the way over your straight legs. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, release all the way over your legs. Options here, either stepping back into a down dog or bend your knees, plant your hands, and hop back into a bent knee down dog. On your breath in, sweep your right leg along behind you. Bring your heel in towards your seat, open up through that whole right side. Try to find an evenness through both hands here. Re-extend your right leg long. Bring your right knee in towards your nose. Squeeze it in. Re-extend your right leg long behind you. Step your right foot all the way through, low lunge. Spin your left heel down. Inhale up, warrior two, with your arms out to a T, facing the left side of the room. Check out your right knee. Make sure that your right knee is right over your ankle, finding a nice 90-degree bend. Strong left leg. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, flip your right palm, tip back, peaceful warrior. From all this length, right forearm onto the thigh, extend your left arm long over your ear, extended side angle. Use your right forearm to help you spin your chest a little bit more toward the ceiling. One more breath like this. Look down at your right toes. Place both hands around your right foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your left leg long behind you. Bring your heel in towards your seat. Open up through that whole left side. Try to find evenness through both hands here. Re-extend your left leg long behind you. Left knee in towards your nose. Squeeze it in. Exhale, re-extend your left leg long. Step your left foot all the way between your hands. Spin your right heel down. Inhale up, warrior two. Arms out to a T. Look down at your left knee. Find that 90-degree bend. Also check to see that it's tracking more toward the pinky toe side of your foot. Strong reach through both fingertips here. Think shoulders over hips. One more breath like this. Exhale, flip your left palm, tipping back, peaceful warrior. Breathe into that whole left side body. Left forearm onto left thigh. Extend right arm over ear. Spinning your chest up toward the ceiling. One more breath here. Exhale, place both hands around your left foot. Low lunge, step back, downward facing dog. Staying here or on your inhale, pull forward into your plank. Exhale, lowering halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. On your breath in, send your right leg long behind you. As you exhale, Step your foot between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips. Think outer hips in. Sweep your arms long by your ears. High lunge. Strong left leg here. No bend in that back leg. Keep thinking left heel back toward the back of the room. Take one more breath like this. Inhale, straighten through the right leg. Get even taller. As you exhale, rebend. One more time like that. Inhale, straighten through the right leg. Get taller. Exhale and rebend. Shift your weight so it's a little bit more in your right foot. Find a little bit more of a diagonal angle in your high lunge. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. Come all the way up to stand, hugging your left knee. Good. From here, re-extend your arms long by your ears, or you can always keep your hands on your hips. Extend your left leg straight toward the front of your space. Good. Take one more breath like this. Exhale, bring both hands to your heart. And swing your left leg long behind you, warrior three. Take one more breath like this. On your next breath, like you're moving through mud, bend your right knee, stepping back, high lunge. Exhale, place both hands by your right foot, stepping all the way back, downward facing dog. On your breath in, send your left leg long behind you. As you exhale, step your left foot all the way between your hands. Take a moment in your low lunge. Walk onto your fingertips, outer hips in, high lunge, sweeping your arms long by your ears. Take a full breath in like this. Really think back leg, right leg, super strong. Inhale, straighten through the left leg. Get even taller. Exhale, rebend. Again, inhale, straighten through the left leg. Exhale, rebend. One more time like this. Inhale, straighten. Keep all that length as you rebend your left knee. From here, bring a little bit more weight into your left foot. And from here, hug your right knee in towards your chest. Come all the way up to rise with that knee hugged in. Once you arrive, either extend your arms long by your ears or place them at your hips. Send your right leg long toward the front of the room. Think lifting through that right inner thigh. Straight leg. Take one more breath like this. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Sweep your right leg long behind you, warrior three. In your warrior three, have your torso parallel to the thigh here. Strong right leg. One more breath like this. Bend your left knee. Refind your high lunge. Exhale, place both hands by your left foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Staying here, or inhale, pull forward into your plank. Exhale, lowering halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next breath, walk your big toes to touch. Walk your feet in 1 to 2 inches. Bend your knees, hop or step to the front of the mat. Once you arrive, find your flat back. Exhale and release. Heel toe your big toes so they're touching. Bend your knees, sit your hips back. Utkatasana chair pose. Think hips back in space, belly button lifted. One more breath like this. As you exhale, bring your hands through heart center and twist over toward the right. So left tricep on the outside of your right thigh. Keep twisting here. As you exhale, come all the way back through center. Utkatasana, arms long by the ears. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Take a full breath in here and a full breath out. When you're ready, bend your knees, sit your hips back. Utkatasana, chair pose. Take a breath here. Don't rush through this. As you're ready, bring your hands through heart center. Twist from your belly, bringing your right tricep to the outside of your left thigh, twisting to the left. Thinking spine nice and long here. Don't forget to breathe. On your next breath, release all the way over your legs. Uttanasana, forward fold. Take a moment, heel toe your feet so they're about hips distance apart. Grab opposite elbows here and just be heavy for a second, allowing the weight of your head to traction your spine. Taking any movement that sounds good. Take one more breath like this. On your next breath, inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, release into your legs. Options with this. Bend your knees, plant your hands, either hopping back into chaturanga or down dog or stepping back into down dog. If you're finding chaturanga, find your flow. Inhaling, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next breath, big toes to touch. Knees sit nice and wide onto the mat. Child's pose. In your child's pose, begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. In case you missed it, in case you got caught up in the asana, bring your awareness back to your breath. Notice on your inhales maybe how your back rises, and on your exhale, how you can fold a bit more. Keep this still an active child's pose. So walk your fingertips a little bit longer toward the front of the mat. Maybe even having your elbows come off here. Good. Then ground your hips back towards your heels. Take one more breath like this. On your next breath, walk your hands back toward your knees. Come all the way up to your eyes, making your way onto your seat. Once you're on your sitting bones, walk your feet in, so your knees are bent. Walk your tippy toes in here. As you walk your tippy toes in, think chest lifted. Hold on either to the outer edges where your thighs and your knees are, or extend your arms long. Navasana, boat pose. So think extend your fingertips toward the front of the room. Keep your chest and your knees on the same plane here. Nice open chest. One more breath like this. Maybe send your arms long by your ears, palms facing each other. Exhale, releasing all the way back onto the mat. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Your knees are right under. Your knees and your ankles are in line. Push up, reverse tabletop. So push up through the hands, push up through the feet. Maybe let the head go here. Take one more breath. Exhale, come all the way back down. On your next breath, extend your legs long in front of you. Hands by your side. Flex your feet so your big toes are back towards your shins. Take one more breath like this. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, sweep your arms long by your ears. Exhale, fold into your legs. Paschimottanasana. So forward folds, we're all on a different journey with them. So the option here is to keep the hands by the side. Use your breath in to find that length and exhale and fold a bit more. If you can find your feet without shrugging your shoulders up into your ears, still do that same action. Inhale, find the length. Exhale and fold. And this can be really subtle. This doesn't have to be an exaggerated. It's just finding that breath again. Take one more breath like this. On your next breath, walk your hands back towards your hips. Come all the way up to sit. Find Dandasana, the Tadasana of the sitting poses. So really ground your hands into the mat. Lift your chest. Flex your feet. And then from here, make your way all the way onto your back. As slowly as you want to. Once you arrive, softly bend your knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. And then just windshield wiper your legs from side to side. As you do this, let's all meet with both knees over to the right. Send both arms long out into a T from your sides. You can always bend your arms here and find cactus arms if you don't have the space. And then look over toward the left. If that causes you any neck pain, just keep looking toward the ceiling. Take one more breath like this. On your next breath, bring your knees all the way back through center. Bring your gaze back toward the ceiling. Exhale, send your knees over to the left. Look out over to the right. Good. Take one more breath like this. On your next breath, come back through center. Hug your knees in toward your chest here. And if one more asana is calling you, feel free to take happy baby here. So bring your arms from the inside of your legs to the outside, holding on to the feet, holding on to the shins, holding on to the ankles. Imagine bringing your knees in towards your underarms here. Soles of the feet are pressing into an imaginary ceiling. If you want to find any movement left to right, feel free to do that. And whenever you're ready, no rush at all, finding Shavasana. So sending your legs long, your arms long by your side, or any other variation of Shavasana that you like to take, feel free to do so. And as you arrive, know that all the work you did today to bring you to this spot, to this time, was enough. You are exactly where you were meant to be. Let go of even any awareness, any holding on to the breath here. Be here with yourself in silence and in stillness. Feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you would like. Whenever you're ready, take a moment and just acknowledge how you feel on the mat. Find any small movement through your fingers and your toes. Moving slowly, softly bend your knees and roll all the way over onto your right side. Take a moment here. Thank yourself for committing to your practice, for rolling out the mat for yourself, giving gratitude for all that your body can do. And with as little effort as possible, come up to sit with your eyes closed and your legs crossed. I thank you for sharing your practice. The light within me humbly bows down to the light within you. Namaste.